like bullies, welcome to Crash and Cash. Jetman scorches aliens with you on this jetpack. There's buildings to demolish and they're routing to attack. It's a very brave and not dismay if you play through these games before. We guarantee there's not to see. A pass, as fast, 2 inches below. So minus guns are wanted villains squarely in the sights. The Sabre Man becomes a werewolf every single night. Jetpac.
Weapons ready, tightened in the lights.
Let's get out your candy, open yours, so the games are no big blue up, but it's on the soldiers, so you can play them all. It's a very day, and display, the place that's of old and new. Of the 30 years of loves and tears, I say, it's time for their replay.
Well, hello guys, today we're going to take a look at Rare Replay for the Xbox One. This is a collection of Rare games that was done for the 30th anniversary. This is, a lot of people forget, Rare is owned by Xbox. It has been for a while. It's very interesting because recently they were buying up a lot of companies like Konami, Bethesda, Activision. So it's kind of interesting to take a look at what they did with the exclusiveness here. So, let's see, Rare revealed, snapshot, it's global options. So, basically, it's been a while since I've done a compilation. I think the last time I did one was the television one. So you guys kind of know the drill. These videos are gonna. This is gonna be 6 parts, 5 games each, because it's a 30-game collection. There are some bonus games, duplicate games that were released with it that I think I'll cover at a later date. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna do that yet, because I don't know how the game's organized. But these videos are gonna be long. There's gonna be points of a lot of talk. Because we're going over a lot of stuff, so that's something to expect here. But the interesting thing about here, because unlike previous installments when they're kind of arcade titles or whatever that some of the people didn't even know, all these games are like, a lot of these games are major games, so there's going to be a lot to talk about. So I'll try to keep things as quick as I can, but first we're going to talk about just the overall Rare Replay game. This came out in 2015. It's rated E. Has 8.1 out of 10 on IMDb with about 100-ish user votes. On the Wikipedia reception page, there's a lot of information, so I'll try to keep it brief. Metacritic gave the game 84 out of 100. Eurogamer gave a score of essential. Game Informer gave it 8.8 out of 10. IGN 9.0 out of 10. Polygon 8 out of 10. US Gamer gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars, and Wired UK gave it 9 out of 10. Let's see. Reviewers liked its value, position, and low price. Many of the compilation games already had long-established legacy, such that gamers who experienced the original in their heyday, the target audience, were unlikely to be swayed by critical reviews of the selections. Reviewers know the quality and craft that went into the compilation's design. US Gamer was impressed by the compilation's presentation and balance between frills and efficiency. Eurogamer felt that the theatrical theme fit Rare's character. Reviewers consider Rare Replay a high watermark for video game compilations. It's been called the best since Valve's The Orange Box. On the other hand, US Gamer found the contemporaneous Mega Man Legacy Collection's Criterion Collection style present to be more authentic and appreciation of its original material. The Verge saw Rare Replay slight hardware improvements and added touches as a viable model for putting retro games back on the market and slowing the tide of unlicensed downloads. Much of the commentary on the compilation focused on Rare's choice of selections and concluded that players new and old would find enough new treasure to outweigh the duds. Rare's favorites included Blast Corps, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, and the Viva Pinata games. In the N64 classic, especially Banjo-Kazooie, Conquer, Perfect Dark. Among the least favorites were Perfect Dark Zero, grabbed by the Ghoulies, and early Spectrum games, which reviewers felt had aged the worst. Ars Technica, however, defended the Spectrum titles for showing an experimental and unrefined side of Rare. Many critics regretted the irreplaceable licensing problems that led to the exclusion of what they consider the company's best games, such as Donkey Kong Country, GoldenEye 007, Diddy Kong Racing. Those can't be helped, though. And side note, Rare. Others felt the package was fine without them. Also omitted were Rare's Connect Sports series, Nintendo franchise releases, Super Nintendo era games, and Mario Kart clones. These timeline gaps precluded, for instance, the player from understanding Conquer as an edgy response to the cutesy characters of preceding Nintendo games. Despite these absences, Ars Techna's critic was impressed by Microsoft's ability to license from publishers including Trade West, Nintendo, Milton Bradley, and EA. Eurogamer reviewer was surprised by Rare's consistent style across the selections, compared the company's legacy to that of a Cosgrove Hall films. Kotuaku reviewers say Rare Replay has image rehabilitation that would hopefully mark Rare's return to making deep and daring games in line with their historical reputation. Reviewers felt that the archival GameCon and developer interviews were among Rare Play's best features. Some were frustrated that the features were locked behind time-consuming in-game challenges. Okay, I'm going to skip through some of the stuff here. Ars Techna found Rare Replay to be as much of a memorial as an anthology, since Rare had become a shadow of its former self. It was noted how the compilation's final games coincided with the Stamper brothers' exit from the company. Reviewers felt that the Stampers, Rare's founders, were a conspicuous absence from the compilation, and Jazz Wignall figured that the compilation Stamps feature was a reference to the brothers. Reviewers praised the feature by which players could rewind time and re-attempt difficult sections of the ZX Spectrum and NES games, which were known for their difficulty, especially notoriously challenging Battletoads. Kotaku figured that Rare added cheats to make the historic and crushingly tough Spectrum games tolerable, and Ars Techna review wished that this rewind feature had been extended to the N64 titles. Critics liked the snapshot challenges. Polygon reported that they were crucial to learning basic game mechanics, though less accessible than those of NES Remix. Reviewers complained that the Spectrum game controls were difficult to decipher. The N64 emulation pleased critics. Ars Techna wrote that the polygonal upgrades compensate for the blurry and pixelated source material, though the N64 multiplayer modes lacked the frame rate upgrades that their single-player modes received. Kotaku noted that the Xbox One had more N64 releases than Nintendo's Wii U Virtual Console at the time. Its reviewer found that in-game Xbox One button prompts to be delightful anarchisms. Ars Techna's reviewer commended Rare's choice of the N64 version of Conker's Bad Fur Day over its updated but censored Xbox re-release. Initial reviews found Jet Force Gemini unplayable without dual thumbstick controls, which were later added. Ars Techna considered Rare's Microsoft games to the weakest of the lot. Eurogamer found them even more enjoyable in the context of Rare Replay. Reviewers noted frame rate technical issues in the 360 emulation, did not like its separation from the rest of the compilation. And that is, like, the 360 installments are part of this, but they're not in the game, they're just separate downloads. So that's why I was mentioning earlier about having to review stuff like that. Polygon called the 360 game installation process needlessly complex, and IGN did not like how the 360 startup sequence interrupted the compilation's cohesion. He added that the emulated 360 experience was subpar compared to the unemulated experience. Okay, so that's kind of the base of it. So now let's see what we're going to cover here. Alright, so it looks like we're going by release date, which I think is a good way to do it. So we're going to do 5 games per video. So it looks like we're starting with the arcadey style games. So those might not have a ton of information on them. That's okay. Alright, so this is when things get interesting here. Let's see. Alright, so Jetpack was released in '83. Let's see if I can find it here. '83, yeah, not '93. There it is. Found it. where replay has a list. Sweet, it does, so I can just go here. Perfect. Alright, so on IMDb, the game was released in 1983, has 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb without 40-ish user votes. On the Wikipedia reception page, Crash highly recommended it. CVG, this ZX version of CVG gave it 9 out of 10, BBC gave it 9 out of 10, Eurogamer gave it 9 out of 10, Home Computing Weekly gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Golden Joystick Awards gave it Game of the Year in 83. The game was critically acclaimed. Crash praised the graphics and presentation, citing that they were the highest standard, and it was difficult to find any real faults with the game. CVG similarly praised the graphics, stating that the presentation was superb and gameplay was considered addictive. In a retrospective review, Eurogamer noted that the colorful graphics and sound effects were advanced for the time, but what truly made it for a flawless experience was its simple gameplay. The game was number 1 on the first Spectrum sales charts, published by CVG. Yeah, so then there was a legacy section, but I'm not going to look into that. Alright, so yeah, so this game was pretty well received when it came out, so let's take a look at that here. Oh wow, look at this. Description, 83, arcade shooting, 1 to 8 players. Some milestones. Alright, let's play this thing. Sweet. Alright. Ah, shit. Should have looked at the... Oh, wow. Sweet. I wonder if I can go forward. Shit. Huh. Oh, that's just the flicks. It's an arcade. Oh, yeah, I gotta put it on the ship. Okay. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. This is fun. I actually like this. You know, it's shooting and stuff. There's light puzzle solving, which I think... Oh, fuck. Oh. This is... Yeah, I like this, actually, a lot. Some people complain about the Spectrum era games not holding up well, but to be honest, I kind of don't mind it as much. I think it's actually... I mean, it's a little tough to control that a little bit, but it's not anything... Now I gotta get fuel for it. But yeah, I'm also gonna... Shit. Oh, I'm so close. Oh my god. Oh, fuck. Fuck. I gotta get to the ship. There we go. Fuck yeah. Let's do this shit. Alright, so now it's the next. Okay. Alright, that's. I wonder how I can. I don't need a screenshot. Nope, that's not it. Pause. I need to pause it. No. There we go. Alright, sweet. That was good. I like that. Nice. Alright, next is oh, wrong one. Lunar Jet Man. Let's look through. Let's take a look at Lunar Jet Man. This could be. I wonder if it's just a sequel to the other game. It might be. Okay, Lunar Jetman, this was released, of course, in 93. It's 5.7 out of 10 on IMDb, about 20-ish user votes. It's a very small Wikipedia page here. Crash gave it 95%. Home Computing Weekly gave it a full 5 out of 5. Similar to its predecessor, which I assume is Jetpack. The game was critically acclaimed upon problem release. Crash praised the graphics and wide spectrum of colors, knowing that while the presentation did not differ much, the graphics were every bit as good as superior arcade machines. HCW also praised the presentation, stating that the color and the animation were superb, whilst expressing the gameplay as distinguishedly addictive. When Crash revisited the game in their Crashback section of 84 issues, the game was still praised, with one reviewer stating that he would not change any of the original scores. ZX Computing praised the game's advanced graphics and effects, stating that extraordinary attention has been paid to detail and every usage of sound and color was excellent. Buckley also asserted that Lunar Jetman was the best computer game of all time. The game entered the video game charts at number 1 in November, replacing Ocean Software's Kong. The game was also voted 31 in the Your Sinclair official top 100 games of all time. HCW placed Lunar Jetman third in their top 10 programs for the ZX Spectrum in the late 83 issue. Interesting. So let's take a look at this thing here. Okay, it looks like it's definitely an upgrade. Yeah, presentation's top notch in this game, I have to say. Alright, yeah, it's... Oh, wow. Shit. Wow, this game has a lot more going on in it. Oh wow, I can get in the car? Sweet. But it needs fuel. Shit. Oh, fuck her. This is tougher, I will say that. Oh my god, it's like shit's just flying fucking everywhere. The Ultimate Hall of Fame. Not just the Hall of Fame, the Ultimate Hall of Fame. I like that little... Oh my god, I can barely move up. Trying to get to that fucking door. I almost need to just walk there. What the fuck? Man. Oh, I get it's part of the car. What the fuck? This is weird. Just gonna go the other way. Oh my god. Really, I almost have to fly. Just so sluggish when it's like. And that's the thing too. Like, what helped is when I shot this. Ah, shit, and I ran out of fuel. So you can't just spam it. You have to be careful, but you're so sluggish on the ground, you almost have to fly up. And also, oh, what's this? Shit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to call it good on that. Alright, so let's see what the next one is. Atic Atac. Interesting. Let's take a look at that one. Alright. So this game got 6.0 on 10 on IMDb with 20-ish user votes. Wikipedia reception page here. Alright, a little bit bigger here. Crash gave it 92%, CVG gave it 9 out of 10, and Eurogamer gave it 8 out of 10. Game received a positive critical reception upon release. Microventura mainly praised the Ultimate's capabilities of developing high-quality games, saying that Atic Atac was bound to fix their name firmly into the minds of adventurers, further recommending the game without reservation. Crash enjoyed the game's colorful graphics, heralding the detail and objects of the game to be marvelous. However, they criticized the difficult joystick control and vague instructions, adding that the entire game is a learning experience. Computer and Video Games stated that the game was the best yet from Ultimate, and later in '84 described it as the favorite arcade adventure amongst computer gamesters. Gamesters, wow, that's an old school term. Personal Computer Games wrote that it was another blockbuster game, whilst Sinclair user praised both the depth of the plot and the advanced graphics, citing them both as superb. In '91, Atic Atac was ranked as the 79th best CX Spectrum game of all time by your Sinclair, and was voted the 8th best game of all time by the readers of Retro Gamer magazine. In '07, Eurogamer described it as a prime example of what passion can do when properly digested, or whatever. The game was Ultimate's fourth consecutive #1 in the UK Spectrum sales chart, following the first two Jetman games and Trans Am. In 2015, the game was a major inspiration for the critically acclaimed CITV game show Nightmare. Okay, and lots of some other stuff. But yeah, let's take a look at this. Oh, let's do the night. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Sweet, alright. Gotta get that cross though, shit. $18.84. Shit, I'm locked in here. Fuck, okay. Yeah, I don't... Let's go up here. I like that I can bounce back. That's kind of fun. Wow, these... Oh, I'm back here. Shit. Let's go over here. Oh, holy shit. God, this is pretty fun. It is a little addictive because you're kind of wondering what's gonna... Oh, wow. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I just fell. Excuse me. Oh, shit. Get away. This is like an adventure game a little bit. Yeah, there's not really much of a direction, but I have to be honest, I'm kind of intrigued by it. For sure. I assume the food's like health. I don't know how to... Oh, I just pressed that button. Shit. Yeah, I gotta go back. Does kind of add a lot of replay value for like the other characters. Shit. Oh fuck. Okay. Yeah, I think I got a good taste of that. Yeah, that's pretty fun. I actually like that a lot. It's definitely intriguing, and there's a decent amount like of roaming you can do in it. Yeah, I do agree with the criticism that it kind of doesn't give you much direction. Kind of think that would have been pretty helpful for something like this, but overall, I think it's pretty solid. Alright, next one here. Let's see, what's the next one? Next one will be Sabre Wulf. Let's see what that one has here. Okay, IMDb actually gave this game 7.1 out of 10 with 30-ish user votes. On the Wikipedia reception page, oh, this is a big boy. Crash gave it 91%, CVG gave it 36 out of 40, Sinclair User gave it 8 out of 10, PCG gave it 10 out of 10, CX Computing gave it a full 5 out of 5. They found its gameplay similar to Atic Atac, particularly its opening sequence, and Mace Morn preferred Sabre Wulf. Critics also in the game's difficulty and above average pricing. Sabre Wulf was selected recommendation in Crash and all these other places. Crash confirmed the rumors that the game was similar to Atic Atac, but declared that Sabre Wulf the better and predicted that they would have similar legacies. The magazine wrote that their inability to intuit Saberman's current inventory or resistance to damage added to the game's mystique, and that Ultimate was particularly skilled at not giving hints but leaving sufficient clues through the game's design. PCG found one such tip: the indigenous enemies make a sound when aligned with an amulet piece. In a similar experience, PCW slowly learned to use rather than avoid the orchids. CVG described the game's instructions as cryptic. Crash later reflected that comparisons to Atic Atac at its launch were unfair, similar to calling any two text adventures identical. Colorful and detailed graphics and animations were praised. Best of any of the systems, despite the limitations. Crash Reviewer called the game a software masterpiece. Reviewers complained that the game's high price, which was nearly double the average. Crash wondered if the cost might lead to more piracy. Critics also noted a bug in two-player mode, repeat screens from elsewhere in the maze, and a frustratingly narrow window in which saber swings register as enemy hits. COG recommended drawing a map of the maze, without which it was easy to get lost. While Sabre Wulf had some flicker issues, said Sinclair, the game altogether met Ultimate's high-quality benchmarks. A retrospective review reduced Sabre Wulf to an interactive mage pack with colorful hack-and-slash gameplay. The magazine likened the game's color choices to what the magazine considered Ultimate's best arcade game. Dingle and laminated Saberman's inability to hit enemies above or below him. Eurogamers prospectively found the game's collision detection imprecise as well. The Rodage companion to video game studios used Sabre Wulf as an example of games that maximize the limited color palette of 8-bit computers and described its colors as glowing like stained glass, and the effects of color purity are enhanced by contrast with the black background. And of course, this is also considered one of their best games at the time, Spectrum or whatever. So let's see how this one goes here. Oh, it's jungle style, okay. It's kind of interesting. Unlike the other one, you don't get a choice of characters. Shit. Did I lose my thing? Yeah, you don't get... Venture completed 0.2%. Okay, I like that they give you a little percentage. So you gotta get the weapons. So I remember there's not much over there. Shit. Wow. This is tougher. This is a lot tougher. Shit, man. Shit. Jeez. Kind of making some progress. Oh wow. I'll try one more time. Now watch out for that rhino. Shit. Wow. Alright, one more. Then we'll... Yeah, I can... Usually when I would do these kind of reviews, I can usually tell, like, when it's like, okay, this is gonna be one of those games where it'll be too easy to, like... Shit. Alright, yeah. I'm gonna have to call it good. Because I'm gonna get... Yeah. So yeah, that one's good too, but I kinda like... I think I like the Atic Atac a little bit better. I just like the easiness of it a little bit. It makes exploration easier. Alright, now for the last one for this part 1 here, Underworld. Let's see how this one does here. Alright, so this game came out in 1984 at 6.4 out of 10 on IMDb with about 20-ish user votes. On the Wikipedia reception page, Crash gave the ZX version 92%, CBG gave the CX version 35 out of 40, the Commodore 64 version 34 out of 40. Sinclair user gave the ZX version 8 out of 10, and yeah. Critics noted the game's world size and appreciated the parts where Sabre Man traveled by bubble. Retro Gamer described the game's near 600 flip screens as colossal at the time of its release. Computer and Video Games said it was likely the most expansive world on the platform. The reviews know the game's exceptional difficulty. Crash Magazine recommended the game as a crash smash. ZX Spectrum Magazine Crash considered Underworld to be excellent and Ultimate's best game. Each of the magazine's 3 reviewers appreciated different features of Saberman's navigation within the game, but namely liked riding volcanic bubbles and being carried by birds. Another reviewer compared Saberman's jump to that of Bungaboo, the flea, and added the game's single difficulty level was adequately balanced. All 3 Crash critics know that the Quirk keyboard controller mapping worked well in the game, though it was awkward in others. They also praised the Underworld's detailed graphics and sound. One reviewer additionally noticed that the game lacked a score leaderboard, but surmised that this was a trade-off for the game's expansive world. Unlike Crash, Computer and Video Games did not like the controls, which was reviewers' main criticism of the game. Another ZX Spectrum reviewer said that the game was fast, colorful, and akin to vertical Atic Atac. Commodore 64 magazine's Zap 64 reviewers were mixed. One said it was among the best arcade adventures on the Commodore 64 since it had the right balance of frustration and addiction to keep him playing the CX Spectrum version for weeks. Another, however, considered the game's average when it first released the ZX Spectrum and thought that the port of the year-old game had out-of-date sounds, out-of-tune title music, and was overall not among Commodore 64's best adventure games. Another reviewer thought that the 64 version appeared crude compared to the releases for the platform, though perhaps par for the CX Spectrum. The magazine noted that the difficulty of traversing the vertical caverns found that the eagles annoying, especially when they dropped Saberman to his death. Zap 64 critics felt that the game presented well, but was less accessible, overpriced for its age, and poorly animated. Ultimately, they considered the game better than the developer's previous 1985 releases, but not as good as it could have been. The Computer and Video Game Games Review of Commodore 64 release judged otherwise, that the version was up to the developer standards and worth a year-long wait. The magazine praised Firebird's work on the port. Alright. Let's see how this one goes here. Presentation of these games is crazy cool. Wow. Jeez, what the frick? How do I attack? Do I have to pick? I gotta pick up that axe. Jeez. Did he just jump? Jeez, come on, avoid. I don't know how to kill these guys. Shit, I dropped something. Oh, that's a rewind feature. Okay. God, how do I kill all these things? Yeah. Oh. There's the weapon. God, get away from me, jeez. Oh my God, it's like relentless. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I can see the criticism on this. This is definitely something that I'm just like... Wow, this is a big world. The jumps feel... Fuck. Shit. Fuck. Shit. Jeez, it's like relentless with these bad guys. It's like no space. Okay, I've had enough. You know what? I can understand the frustration. I like the open world. I think it's great, but my problem with the game is that there's too many enemies, like constantly hoarding around you. It's crazy. Kind of would prefer if there was a little less enemies, but yeah, those are the first 5 games for this. We're gonna have 6 parts to this, 5 games each. Because there's 30 games in here. And then the 360 versions that they released as add-ons to the game that are in a separate thing, I'll review those at a later date. But yeah, so far so good. I don't think the next video parts will be as long as this because I had to talk about the whole game at the beginning. Next, we got some more stuff here. That should be we'll start to kind of get away from from the ZX stuff. Get more to the other stuff. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you want to chat with anyone at the camping company, you don't want to use the YouTube comment section, we do have a couple options. The first one is we have a Discord channel. Find a link to that about page / about section of our channel. We also have a discussion tab in our channel as well. You can access that to a PC or laptop computer. We also have a Patreon page in the works. And how it works, and the main goal of that is to raise money from it to give the channel a bit more of a budget to do more ambitious things, and also start making merchandise that will be kind of geared towards what you guys enjoy from the channel. And so any support for that will be much appreciated. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.